Hello and welcome to my first video. Today I'm gonna talk about a weird bug I discovered a while ago on Minecraft. I am on a server, more precisely on a craft bucket server 1.14.4, as you can see by the village. And here you go. The sand here, the animation, the entity is rendered very incorrectly. It's not as it should be. It's very broken, and I tested it quite a while. I tried quite a few sizes of sand thingies. I also tried to break a few bits of sand here in this natural cave, but as you can see, I couldn't find out why exactly there was this bug. Nothing appeared to change like anywhere, and there was also some weird behaviors like nearby updated sand sometimes didn't fall, and at first I couldn't understand why this happened. Now there is a very simple explanation for this, but I experimented with this a bit first, and I found out quite a few crazy things. So I tried spawning in larger boxes of sand, and the result was quite surprising because, well, aside from the lag I'm having here, the animation is very broken, and it's not rendered where the block was, and when the sand falls to the ground, it doesn't arrive on the ground. Only a few pieces actually arrive on the ground, the rest completely vanished, glitches out of existence. And here we go. The sand finally loaded in, or glitched out, and as you can see over here, it's still rendered as falling, but as it has already fallen, it's just a bit of server lag. And as you can see, it vanished. Apart from a few pieces that managed to land on the ground, it completely vanished. So it's clear there are some issues with Minecraft that isn't managing to calculate where to make the sand fall. And it's very weird. So I tried spawning in another box of sand, this time slightly smaller, and as you can see the result is exactly the same. This box is 40 by 50 I think, and the sand is still completely glitched, and this time it rendered much faster, and as you can see no sand remains anywhere. It's completely gone. So here we go, trying to spawn also a bit of gravel to see if the issue is just with sand, but nope, Minecraft has trouble loading any kind of falling block. So then I got an idea. I wanted to try and keep spawning boxes of gravel and see what happened. And again, the result is quite shocking. There are a lot of things that surprised me during this video. Yeah, part of the gravel appeared to just remain floating, and this isn't supposed to be happening anymore since Minecraft 1.13, as since that version any kind of bug that makes gravel or sand float should have been patched out of the game. So the only way gravel or sand can be floating is if they are naturally generated as such. And as you can see, gravel seems to only update blocks that are on the same way level or above and not below. So the gravel here fell in kind of very weird way. So I tried again, and pretty much the same result happened. Part of the sand remained floating, while the other part appeared to just completely vanish. Apart from a few bits, you can see on the other side of this weird platform. So then I tried updating the this thing again, and as you can see, it seems to just update the blocks that are above the block I have updated, which is not what is supposed to happen on Minecraft, as you probably very well know, unless I've missed something. So here you go, just part of it appears to collapse. And here I tried collapsing, making the whole box collapse, but a few pieces still remain because of that weird problem. So I tried the trick again, but with a bigger box of gravel, sorry, and I didn't like send the command too many times, just three I think. And as you can see, only a small bit of the platform remained. The rest of the gravel just vanished. This is supposed to be 5 blocks high, I think. And with just one layer, apparently the gravel is having a lot of trouble to load. After having messed quite a lot with sand and gravel, I decided it was time to test the third block that can become an entity, that is TNT. And TNT doesn't exactly do anything too special, it just goes a bit to the side, and that is pretty much all it does, because the rest is pretty much the same as always. Here in the recording, it's actually lagging quite a bit more than what it was lagging in game, and I don't know why that happened, because my graphics card, actually has enough VRAM to handle both the recording and the game. As you can see, this is the aftermath of a 10 by 10 by 10 box of TNT exploded. Now let's try and explode just a single bit of TNT, and as you might expect, it also kind of glitches. And here we go, trying with 8 bits of TNT, same thing happens, nothing special really. So this time I decided to light them all manually, and yeah, they all grouped in pretty much the same spot, which is kind of weird, but same thing will happen later on with fireworks. Now I tried going to spawn 0, 0x 0 z, and yeah, there is no more glitches. As you can see, also spawning sand or gravel doesn't do anything special. Sand and gravel both fall to the ground normally, as you can see here. Except there is just one glitch that appears to remain: the fact that spamming the command that spawns in sand creates a platform. And also, the sand here didn't fall to the ground, it just vanished before it could fall on the ground. And also, same thing with sand on different Y levels. And at this point, I'm starting to wonder if maybe it's a thing in Minecraft actually, that the sand updated on a certain Y level won't update any sand below that. So here we go, and I just made the whole platform collapse, and as you can see at spawn there are absolutely no issues, everything falls just fine. RIP for the skeleton there that just got suffocated in sand. After having discovered that at spawn there was no glitch with entities, I thought, why exactly was the glitch happening before? At this point, it was clear it was not a glitch on my client side. I mean, it was not a glitch that I could solve by uninstalling and reinstalling Minecraft. So then I thought I had been testing a plugin a random teleport plugin for this server that was supposed to become a survival, and that plugin actually teleported me like 20 million blocks away. So I tried teleporting to 2 million blocks away, and as you can see at that point, TNT works fine, but the animation for sand is already quite glitched. The shape is still that of a block that is cubic, but it already starts to not be correct, not render correctly, render in front of other things, render too far, stuff like that. So I tried teleporting to 20 million blocks away, that is just 10 million blocks from the world border, and things there began to become quite weird. Here the world is loading in. The server is a free server, unfortunately, so it's a little bit laggy. And as you can see, the TNT apparently is glitched here. At 20 million blocks away, the TNT doesn't blow up where it was lit. And sand also has the same glitch as I showed in the beginning of the video. It the falling block doesn't work, doesn't it's completely broken, and at this point it's no longer a glitch on my side. I actually thought it was a problem with my Minecraft because it already happened to a YouTuber by the name of Phoenix SC, and it was just a temporary problem, but as you can see here, it's a Minecraft bug. And here the shape of the falling sand is no longer a cube. It's actually some sort of weird prism, I think. Yeah, it keeps glitching. It's really, really weird. How many times have I said weird in this video? Here we go. I've teleported to the war border, and let's see exactly how crazy things can become here. Now, first thing, I want to try and light up a piece of TNT, and as you can see, it glitches in the middle of the war border and breaks the blocks on the other side, which we aren't normally able to break or interact with. So then I tried to spawn in a box of sand, and the same glitch happens here, but this time a bit of sand actually falls on the trees. My guess is that since the trees are closer to the box of sand, the sand manages to land before it's completely screwed up. Here we go, finally it loaded in, and let's try and update a block. And obviously, and for some reason, some pieces of sand actually got broken and remained as an item on top of that sand. And here, as you can see, the animation is, yeah, it's no longer an animation really. It's no longer a piece of sand. It's no longer an entity basically. And if I try and spawn in a bit of sand on the other side of the world border, it tells me this position is outside of the world, so I can't actually spawn with commands sand on the other side of the world border. I would have been really curious to see what would have happened, but unfortunately it isn't possible. So then I thought, what about normal entities such as mobs, zombies, skeletons, or maybe even arrows? Arrows fired from bows or crossbows. As you can see, zombies and skeletons work just fine, their particles aren't off-centered, and there is nothing wrong. Shooting with a bow or crossbow doesn't do anything weird, as you can see, and also the arrow correctly hits mobs. Well, the times when I shoot correctly, that is. Here the skeletons the skeleton dies with a bit of delay. That's because of server lag. It isn't really a bug. So both the bow and the crossbow kill mobs correctly. Since I'm a cruel being, after mercilessly murdering these poor mobs, I tried shooting some fireworks. But as you can clearly see, there is something very, very wrong happening here. The fireworks actually load on some corners of some blocks, and I simply couldn't figure out why or what was the rule, so I tried making some squares with different blocks to kind of outline the center of the fireworks, and there were some really crazy behaviors happening. So I couldn't figure out exactly what was the cause of this, and so I tried moving these kind of squares, but even after having correctly moved them, there was some issues. Will these new squares work? It looks like it does, but when I actually try and click on other blocks, as you can see, it's kind of working. It almost looks like the TNT is 3 by 2. And no, that's not actually the case. That is because of a thing with the word border and where I'm actually positioned. So I tried expanding the squares, but that was not all squares are 3 by 2. And also making it 4 by 2 didn't change anything at all. Here I tried using chests to make another square, but that was clearly not the correct block, but couldn't think of any other block nearby. I couldn't be bothered to pick any other block nearby, and on hindsight that was quite stupid because I had birch nearby, I had logs in my inventory. But anyway, back to the video. Here there are some really crazy behaviors. So anyway, I hope you have enjoyed this video. If you liked it, remember to leave a like. If you enjoyed this kind of content, by the way, I've planned a survival series coming out soon, and I might also sometimes play Bed Wars on my Pixel. Remember to subscribe. Also, please note this is my first ever video on English YouTube, and I'm also not English, I'm Italian. So if you notice any weird things with language, yeah, that's because English is not my first language. I am Italian. So anyway, if you want, leave us a comment to leave suggestions or leave your feedback, and I'll catch you in another video. Bye bye.